couple weeks ago, talked about making that list. Right now, it's time to make your race list for 2023. It's a little ways off, last quarter of the year, but that list will help you plot for the future with respect to setting your running goals for next year. You better believe I'm intrigued by the proposition of turning the page on 2022. Didn't turn out as we had hoped, but that's all right. Guess what? There's always next year. So that's what we're doing today. Getting up to the high country, getting in a little, just walking, getting in the steps, but making goals along the way. And my tips and tricks for how I make my running goals. It's not time yet, but it's not too early to start mulling them over for the new year. A little chillier up here. I think we're at about almost 10,000 feet. Whew, all right, let's go. Setting running goals. Number one is make sure you're setting your running goals, okay? If you're chasing down running goals that other people are setting for you, now obviously if you have a coach, you got to talk to the coach and make sure you're on the same page. But I'm telling you, you're going to be much happier, you're going to train better, I would even argue you're going to recover better because you're going to be sleeping better if you're chasing down your running goals, all right? I know maybe you have a bunch of running buddies that want to do trails in 2023, but you know that you still want to chase down a PR in the marathon on the roads in 2023. Or maybe you're in high school and your coach believes that you're an 800-meter runner when you know, thanks coach for believing in my wheels, but actually I'm a 16 3,200-meter runner and I want to chase that down in outdoor track in the springtime. So that's number one. Make sure it's your running goals that you're chasing down. All right, number two, don't set too many goals. I'm guilty as charged. Actually, I think 2022 is a good example of setting too many goals and resulting in some injuries, all right? So it's a simple one, but it's important to keep in mind. Ask yourself, is this 100% necessary? All right, number three, connects to number one definitely, but it's a little different. Make sure your goals are in your control. You can control your goals that you set and how you pursue them. And not being distracted by everything around us. I can control what it connects to the races you register for. It's hard to train for a road marathon in Colorado in the winter. There's just ice, there's snow. It's doable, don't get me wrong, but it's not as easy as, let's say, training for a fall marathon like right now. I'm not training for a fall marathon right now. But that's in my control. I can control that in my training, in what races I register for. And so just make sure that you're really thinking through the whole process before you start setting goals for, the future, whether it's 2023 or 2024 or whenever you watch this vlog, because you are in control. And that's a beautiful thing. Now, at times, we have to let go and realize, this is a little out of my control. For example, I'll just say races being canceled. Actually my brother and I, a race was canceled in February up in the mountains because of avalanche danger. That's a little bit out of our control. So there's moments where you're not in control, but there's a lot of moments where you are in control, especially when you're setting your goals. Now, as I'm setting goals, I always ask myself, am I capable inside me, the will, your will out there, to truly, you gotta go inside yourself, trust the process. It's cliche, I know, trust the process, but if you are setting goals that you don't believe you're gonna trust the process to accomplish those goals, it's not gonna work. You guys know that, but it's a good reminder, trust the process that you're gonna have to put in to achieve the goals you're setting. So key in running. Question of the day. Let's make this list long down below in the comments. What is one reminder you give yourself when you're setting running goals? This is not an extensive list in today's vlog, but what's one reminder you tell yourself, you share with yourself, you write in your journal, you write in your running log, you tweet out on Twitter, whatever you do to instill, all right, I gotta chase these goals down. Can I chase these goals down? And who's gonna hold me accountable to these goals? That's another way to think about it. Last but not least, when I'm setting my running goals for the future, is to always reflect on, There's 3 simple words. Make it happen. Meaning, set the goals, all right? Make it happen. Let's jot it down. But second is, am I willing to make it happen? Am I willing to put in the work? Am I willing to dedicate myself to the cause? Am I willing to sacrifice, maybe a little bit of time on your phone? Whatever the case is, are you willing to put in the work? You also have to ask yourself, I just thought of this, just thinking off the cuff here, are you willing to hold back a little bit? I maybe went a little too hard in early 2022, getting ready for Rotterdam. So it's that balance. It's always that balance that we're walking as runners. So there you go. Those are my reflections that I go through as I'm trying to figure out my running goals for the future. Don't forget, 2022 goals, right here. How you doing? We're well over 3/4 of the way through the year. So if you want to go check on your 2022 running goals, go check it out right there. I think we had 200 or 300 comments on that vlog. So right there. Come on now. Onward we go. Seek beauty, work hard, and love each other. See you tomorrow.